Daily Trends or your trending news channel. Sabri and Sema Bekayensa Yemumra and Semuno Emo.
2026 and a 3-member panel of Court of Appeal presided by Justice Emmanuel Ankama, Justice Samuel Obidiewo, and Justice Emmanuel Senyor Amedahi etimi edebabe tu edwa se aban dada no ebreso eji na oho Godfred Odame a won ede Sedinam Tamaklo etimi ekokopie mu ewo court a count no ye maako 78 corruption related charges ena yede ebo maami kwanabra yetwe maami asempo befra brochiraba no atimi ababe ginam na yedi no asem no nenso maami entimi ama ema court no etimi egina mu try no absentia ema court no de ruling etimi eba se maami enkonkodem 10 years ti NDC amanyiko ba betena akonwa so ya maami tim free abroad eba obai na odi case no ekokopie mu ewo court of appeal and court of appeal enso etimi ade ni ruling eba say high court ruling no a ode eba no eyade say prosecution ni faili say obe prove several of the charges beyond reasonable doubt entimi emfa ne ho na ono enkofie na ruling no eba no na attorney general Dr. Dominic Ayine enso etimi ebohwi ekokopie mu ewo Supreme Court ena afi osan ekokopie mu ewo Court of Appeal say Court of Appeal entimi ema maame no enkoso enhye because o jai maame ni sisie ya maame no betimi asan etimi adwane enti oma maame ni nhyem until say asem no a ono de akopie mu Supreme Court say onye satisfied with the Court of Appeal decision no Supreme Court edi ruling no ebeba ene Court of Appeal etimi esete say sa application no a Dr. Dominic Ayine ede ababe piemu ewo Court of Appeal no one ede one ruling ebeba ena no peya enso ena Dr. Dominic Ayine enso etimi ekokopie ewo Court of Appeal say eyade say sa motion no a obabe file no or sign redraw na enka wotimi afale foforo no ena Sedinam Tamaklo lawyer say how come so the motion craba obabe yi motion no I will redraw every court na kra went me more court no amane it means say ayadanko dada do e no kra na so ma Court of Appeal ka say masa enye aha na obabe place a wo nyoma no if the Court of Appeal no kra to strike sa motion no out say nya de say what ebeji atum na agi atum nyina because wo bibia enka hyase na akra ruling no bai na abeye enya afi ya yetimi awie a ye ba bejai maame na obeye ohun se ase wo kun bi kun ama ntimi na okasa ide Court of Appeal ne se enei ye ja maame no na watimi akofie na ono nso atimi akodi na duane na sa playing games no Dr. Dominic Ayine ba beye ne de Court of Appeal se enya adwuma.
The innocence that Kwabena Donkor is claiming, he says he never ever met Asante Beko. If Kwabena Donkor were to stand in a court and tell the court and the jury that the person you are talking about, I've never seen him before, will that in and of itself exonerate him?
The thing is, for criminal trials, the burden is on the prosecution. When we say the burden is on the prosecution, it means that the prosecution has the responsibility of proving beyond reasonable doubt that an individual is guilty of an offense. And so merely, if he comes merely saying or solely based on the statements that Asante Beko claims that Kwabena Donkor was paid bribes, consequently, it automatically means that he received the bribes. That would be insufficient to show that indeed he received the bribes.
But if Kwabena Donkor says, I don't know him, does it end there? Will he be discharged?
That's what I'm saying, is that it's not a question of Kwabena Donkor saying that I don't know him. It's a question of, can the prosecution prove that the money was paid to Kwabena Donkor and that Kwabena Donkor took the money? And so if he says...
But can you take money from somebody that you've never met?
Well, there are, as I said, so there are, I mean, as you said, there are ways you can do aliases, some offshore accounts and whatever. I'm not really privy to those specific details. But in any case, people take In fact, people use other people's names to take bribes all the time. At times you hear that some Judge A is taking bribes. You go and realize that it's not the judge, but people are using the name of the judge to take bribes. So there's a possibility.
Is that not also people use the name of the bribe of anybody to take a bribe, but they actually send the money to the person?
So that's a possibility. But right now, because we are talking about two scenarios, you see how there's a flip side where the scenario you are talking about is valid, and the scenario I am also talking about is also valid. So you see that on both sides, there's doubts as to whether or not one account is sufficient enough to convict him.
But could Asante Beko have negotiated this for Goldman, which was an important player, and never met the minister over a period of 11, 12, 14 months? Is that possible?
It's possible.
Never met the minister that is the minister in charge of power who's going to sign the deal.
Well, they may have had their ways, they did things, but as I said, it's not probable that would have happened. I mean,
it's more improbable.
It's more improbable. More particularly so, one, if you look at the amount of money involved. Two, this was, if you place it in context, this was an energy crisis.
Yeah.
Who was the one responsible for fixing the energy crisis? Exactly.
Would you come and do a deal without meeting him?
Exactly. And how were the mechanics going to be? Because note that he was not acting, it's not as if he just got up and automatically said he's corrupt.
For such an important company as Goldman.
Exactly. So he was acting in an official capacity.
Absolutely.
So there is a real likelihood that as he's acting in an official capacity, he was also going to meet someone acting in an official capacity, i.e. Minister for Power.
But would Goldman even accept it that you went to Ghana and you come and tell them I didn't meet the minister for several months? And that I probably met the deputy minister. Or I met them. Even if you met the president, often the president will send you to the minister. Or the president will call the minister and say that, look, these people are here. You met the chief of staff. The minister is such an important part of it. It's a pivotal part of it that you can't go around him. And Kwabena Donko's letter doesn't tell us who and who he met.
So the story is, or the thing is, so long as he was acting in his official capacity, yes, there may have been some money we cannot tell. But so long as he was acting in an official capacity, there was a real likelihood. It is more probable than improbable that he was supposed to have met the Minister for Power. Supposed, and the key word is supposed to have.
Okay, so if Asante Beko says today that Kwabena Donko, don't say that I met you. We met in your office. We met in Istanbul.
Are there minutes of the meeting?
That's
Are
the
there
thing.
witnesses of the meeting?
Yeah, that's the
and
point.
that's why I was saying that it's possible that maybe it's some deal somewhere that
they agreed on.
Say you didn't deal. I don't know if you understand.
But he was responsible for putting the team together. They went to Turkey. He probably didn't know that they got $5,000, whatever. Yeah. He was a member of parliament. The deal was approved by parliament, and he will do all that. He will stand in parliament and brief the committee. He will do all that, and he doesn't know that there was an Asante Beko involved.
So this is where issues of circumstantial evidence comes in. So circumstantial evidence basically is the using of, normally we are not there when the offense is committed, unless maybe I'm stabbing you and then we are all watching. Most of the times we are not there. So we use, or the courts would use, strands of related materials.
But they have emails where they said that emails were exchanged between them.
Yeah, so
Kwabena Donko can deny that as well, that I didn't see any email.
That would be hard. If it's an email that says that we exchanged correspondence between my office and you.
But he can say that it's created. I mean, these days digital, we can create created. It's not me. Yeah, so or even if you produce minutes of a meeting, you say, no, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, that one. It's
he can say, I don't remember. I wasn't. I was in my office. I don't remember anybody like this.
So the best thing is the way the money was transferred. Was it transferred via?
I'm not sure it's bank.
Physical. So those are the questions.
It will not be bank.
Will it be physical? Will it be bank? Will it be crypto? Will it be? So it is those things that will then create a relatively stronger.
But Americans have all that information by now to get to a conviction of a jury.
Yes,
they probably have all that. The thing is that
they convicted him for paying bribes. They didn't convict him for paying bribes to Katie Hammond and Kwabena Donko. So the burden
they mentioned that it was arranged.
Yes, it was arranged. That's what I'm saying. That the burden of proof in that instance was to show that he paid bribes.
But he paid it to someone.
He paid it to someone. But as I said, right now, if you are coming before the Ghanaian courts, merely saying that the bribes were paid to an individual is insufficient. They obviously said the statement that you read earlier show that the Attorney General's International Cooperation Office is cooperating with whoever to get the evidence. If they are able to get the evidence and put it before a Ghanaian court, then we can be getting somewhere.
Okay, but if he paid bribes in the chain of the prosecution's work, if he paid bribes, don't they see the destination of the bribes to conclude that he paid bribes?
They will see the destination of the bribes.
So the destination of the bribe has gone to somebody.
Yes.
Don't they find evidence of that? Because otherwise he can just go to the court and say, I paid bribes to Paul Adomoshe, and then they convict him.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is that,
don't they show a lot more than that?
so your case is that there is a real likelihood that there is hardcore evidence
Most likely, I'm guessing, but I believe most likely
Hardcore
to
evidence
convince the jury
that
he paid bribes.
And the thing is that those matters are proceedings that happen before that court. All the strains and strands of evidence that was based upon which a conviction was secured for him must therefore be brought before the Ghanaian court and evaluated in light of our law before indeed a conviction can be made here.
I get it.
Because there is also a possibility that they indeed may have met formally in formal circumstances, but when it came to the payment of bribes,
Donko says, I've never seen him, I've never met him. That's what the statement says. Till today, he doesn't know him. He didn't meet him then. He hasn't met him now.
I am taking him